Hi there, today we are going to compare business products of two major airlines in the Middle East and North African regions, Royal Air Maroc and Qatar. These two trips were taken on the Ram 787 Dreamliner and Qatar's A350. We will take a look at the cabin interior, seating and food on offer in their long-haul business class products. Both airlines are part of the One World Alliance and work respectively together on code-share flights. Let's take a look at the good and the bad of Ram and Qatar. Welcome to Go Travel, Go Fly. First, let's take a look at their lounges. This is Mohammed V Airport in Casablanca. The Royal Air Maroc signature lounge at Casablanca Airport is rather a basic and aesthetically unappealing place to be. Here is the outside terrace which caters for passengers that smoke. I sat here for 20 minutes and the servers completely ignored me. Inside the lounge there is minimal design and function thought and no aspect of luxury. Here you can see the rather strange looking seating which is very uncomfortable. The lounge is not a very friendly space and didn't stay too long either here. Here you can see the seats' functions are quite limited and provides no high back support and are not relaxing to sit in. Qatar's signature lounge is based at Hamad International Airport in Doha. This grand reception area greets you for the lounge area of Qatar Airlines, with this stunning water pool which greets you once you enter the lounge. Very comfortable seating and pleasing to look at. This oozes pre-flight elegance and class and a great deal of thought into the design and function of the lounge area. As you can see, it's a huge space and this water pool provides a visual, relaxing point. These private pods provide the passengers an area where they can sit and work before their flights. This walkway heads towards the dining room for this lounge. Good to remember that there are two pre-flight lounges that Qatar offers, one for business and one for first class. After walking around for 10 minutes in the lounge, it is striking how it goes on forever and ever. It truly is very big, and there are lots of different seating sections. I could have spent the whole day here. It was so nice. Here is a dining room where you can enjoy a pre-flight meal, which is waiter and buffet service. I really enjoyed this coffee counter with all the different options. The cabins and seats. Royal Air Maroc has a very special cabin with this light and airy design which looks crisp and sleek with a 1-2-1 configuration. The seat was very comfortable with this rather unique look. Ram is a One World partner, and I noticed that the seat pod is identical to the new British Airways business suite. However, the Ram pod does not have the privacy door. The IVE screen, the same as BA, which was a nice size. Great leg space and enough to stretch out when the seat is in lie flat mode. Seat side storage and remote control handset. I really like this pod and it fits well with Ram's business class concept. Here is the seat control panel, again identical to British Airways. Here is the left side armrest which you can adjust height with, and it also adds some extra storage. Here, the pillow that the airlines offer, which was okay considering it was a day flight, it seemed substantial. Here is another view of the seat pod. This shows the space and comfort the passengers will have during one of the light flights on Ram's routes. The 787 Dreamliner also serves New York from Casablanca. My flight today was 7 hours to Doha and a day flight, so I can imagine the transatlantic flight being quite comfortable. Here is the lie flat function of the seat, quite spacey and good for a nice sleep. No extra padding provided and just a skimpy blanket. Here is another view of the cabin itself. Legs are stretched out fully into the cubby hole underneath the screen. Here we go over the Qatar A350Q suite business class. You can see here the suite concept with the privacy doors and the rather annoying purple mood lighting. The pod, though a little cramped, is comfortable. Here is one of the storage compartments, of which there are many. Here are the doors which after takeoff can close to keep the area private. The pod and seat control panels were a lot to take in at first, but there was an instructional video to show how to use and what each did. Leg space here again was great, though a little narrow cubby hole for the feet. A nice touch was the little pillow which came with the amenity kit, which we will take a look at later. I really liked the extra table area above the control panel switches. Qatar gives the white company pyjamas for this long 16-hour flight. Good quality PJs and they don't shrink. Here is the Q suite. It is a comfortable design with a nice cushion feel when you sit on it. The pod again functions well, though did still feel a little cramped. The reading light was great. I was lucky enough to have a window seat, though the seat was reversed, so essentially having that backward flying feeling. Here is how the separate suites fit into the function of the cabin, surprisingly still quite spacious, with the 1-2-1 configuration. The tray table was pretty big and allowed for a large laptop comfortably. This little pillow was super cute and a nice touch. Here is the seat padding for the bed conversion. This is one of the best I've seen in the air, though I had to do it myself. There was no noticeable turn down service. There was a velvety type blanket provided which was wrapped in a hygiene package. It was very comfortable and felt snug for the long flight. So this is my private cabin for the next 16 hours. Well worth the money for sure. Time for food. Royal Air Maroc has a nice menu set up for the business class passenger. The options were pretty good, with chicken, salmon or lamb as being the main dish options. In the menu I had dessert and cheese as a separate option, so I thought I could have both, which I found out later was not the airline's meaning. RAM provides a flight with alcohol options, and here is the menu choice, though there was no vodka available. The wine options were pretty good. The meal service started off with nuts, olives and a cocktail. Followed by canapé and of course another cocktail. A duck and mango salad was next, and it was good. The flavours were amazing. The crew made sure of proper dining placements and the linens were clean and crisp. This was the chicken dish, which was very good, but there was not much of it. I thought the serving was a bit small. Here is a cheese plate, which was very good, and I thought dessert was to follow, but it wasn't, so I asked for a raspberry mousse as I wanted something sweet, following all the tangy flavours. The mousse was given to me very reluctantly, and it was presented like this. I was very disappointed. After a few hours of sleep before landing, they offered a warm quiche which I had. It was quite delicious, though small. Qatar is known for their great catering, and here is the menu for this long flight to the US. I noticed that they had a really good selection of mocktails in addition to the alcohol. Of course, they had a nice selection of wines and champagnes. Wine and British chocolate premier was an option for me. Certainly would never decline Cadbury's. This is the door closed when in private mode. Nice table setup for the meal service. He even has a candle, which is battery operated. The breads were warm and fresh. Here was a canapé of beef slice. Rather odd choice, but it was really tasty. Creamy asparagus soup, which was good with the fresh breads. The Arabic meze was good with tabbouleh, hummus and baba ganoush. Warm pita bread were also served. This was a lamb dish which was quite spicy. I only ate half of it. It was very tasty though. The dessert was a chocolate tart which was fantastic. Later in the flight I had some high, and then of course before landing I had to have breakfast omelette, which was also really good. The coffee was fresh and full of caffeine. A quick look at the amenity kits. Ram did a good job at this personalised cute amenity kit with the white cloth and gold accent. Inside, full of surprises such as a sleep mask, socks and lotions for lips and face. Some of the labelling was in French, so I wasn't quite sure what it was. Qatar has a diptyque amenity kit and fancy lotions and socks. The dental kits here are in the bathroom rather than in the kit itself. Still nice though. Diptyque are one of those very exclusive French brands, great quality and quite pricey in the shops. A final look at my favourite white company pyjamas, courtesy of Qatar Airlines. Both experiences were wonderful and made very comfortable business class flying if you are into that. It is very difficult to compare and beat the Qatar product as it's a solid and amazing concept designed with thought by the airline, and my only true criticism would be the purple mood lighting. For someone like me that has awkward vision in both eyes, the purple really did not help me settle into the plane before departure. It kind of aided my blindness. As for Royal Air Maroc, I enjoyed the product. The cabin crew were quite nice apart from the dessert attitude. However, the lounge needs a complete makeover. Sorry, Ram. Thanks for watching. Please hit like, subscribe and notify if you want to see more of these flight reviews. Goodbye.